So hello, welcome. We're gonna try a little bit of Rise of the Right Sun. This is a grand strategy game. Takes place during the warlord period of China, like the 1920s. I know they got like a big update recently on the 11th of May, I believe it was, which is when they were like, hey, do you want a code to play this game? And they've actually been saying for, I think, like a year now, trying to give me a code to play this, and I haven't done it yet, but here we are today. So we are going to first. I just want to, like, I played like one turn of this, right? We're gonna be doing a Northern Expedition. I feel like that's that's what it defaults to, so I'm assuming that's kind of the main mode. So we're gonna be going to play as the KMT or the Kuomintang, which is I think that's what the KMT is called in Cantonese. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's what we're gonna be playing today. But I just want to show how much. Also, let me know if the audio is fine, because it's a little loud, and I hope I'm not a little loud as well. But like this is kind of crazy, because like there are so many little model China. You like look at some of these factions you can play. You can play like the what was one of the ones I saw here? Like you can play as like small specific families. You can play as the Orenburg Cossacks. I don't even know where they are on the map. Oh, they're like right. Okay, it's hard. I can't really point to it. But see, like in northern Xishan, that little bit of white. You can play as those guys if you want to, and apparently they actually have a decent amount of lore as well. That could be interesting. But like they have all these things like I've never even heard of, like the Red Spears, the Heavenly Gate, the Gorlok tribes. There's like a lot of like little factions, like the Big Swords. I think I've already mentioned them. The Spear Rebels. A lot of people I've never even heard of in my life that you can play as, right? Like there's a lot of stuff. They've even got the Shanghai Uprising. If you want to play like a smaller, I think we might do this. Maybe not today. Maybe a different day. We'll do the Shanghai Uprising. I love how it's this way. You can play as the KMT. It's easy. It's very easy to play as the KMT in the Shanghai Uprising. Unsurprisingly, if you play the Communist, it's very difficult. Not a big surprise. Play as Sternberg. He is in here. Yeah, there he is. He's the Mad Baron. He is in here if you want to play him the 1920 start date. But yeah, like there's so many Wild Mongolia. You can play as like during the Mongolian Civil War if you wanted to. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of interesting things. We're going to do a tutorial because I tried it. I think I said this already. I tried doing the Northern Expedition, and I had no fucking idea what the hell was happening. So we're going to do the tutorial. We're going to play as the KMT. We're going to launch it. Difficulty, standard, seems fine. Red Spears were proto-communists, basically. They rebelled in Nanjing and got slaughtered by the KMT. Not surprising. Hello, I'm Maestro Shintek, and I created this game. This game is a steep learning curve due to the following reasons. This topic is new and original for many players. There are unique mechanics that many may not be seen elsewhere. There are too many things that the player can do in the game. Also, I actually didn't show this off because they have like little difficulties. It'll tell you like this is how difficult the game is for this faction. Some of them, one of them was like very easy in brackets. Very boring. And you know what? I appreciate a developer that is willing to just be like, don't play these guys. You can, but they fucking suck. Why would you do that? Sum it up, you'll be completely lost and overwhelmed at first. However, once you begin to master the game, you will gain access to a profound experience with numerous challenges and replayability. You play as a faction. In the game, you play as a faction composed of one or several individual characters. It is crucial to understand this dynamic, because characters may betray or change factions. Furthermore, the faction's resources are not shared in a common pool. Each character has their own pool of resources. Additionally, each character possesses unique abilities, roles, and has access to different actions. To view the character screen, click the button beneath the arrow. Also, I feel like it's still a little too loud. There's not like an in-game volume slider, unfortunately. So I need to kind of do this with the volume mixer. Turn this down a little bit more like that. Try to get 10 million casualties. We'll try. This screen summarizes all the information you need to know about your character. Characters have roles that determine their abilities and limitations within the game. Once you complete the tutorial, you will be able to learn the specifics of each role by simply hovering over the role icon. For instance, this character has the role of statesman, officer, and policeman. As a result, he's capable of conducting military operations as well as managing a province. Each character has their own unique traits and personality. These traits have an impact on the outcome of the character's actions. Once you complete the tutorial, you'll be able to learn more about each trait by hovering over the role icon. For instance, this character is charismatic, which grants him a boost in leading his troops. Each character has their own set of resources. These resources are not shared among the faction because characters have the ability to betray and switch sides, taking all of their resources with them. Very cool. Chi. This resource represents the vitality and energy of the character. In the game, each action costs chi points. When all the chi points are spent, the character is no longer able to perform any actions. At the beginning of each turn, the chi score is reset, and chi points cannot be carried over to another turn. Any unused chi points are lost. Face. This resource represents the influence, fame, and honor of a character. Face is expended for certain actions. Unlike chi, face can be retained and accumulated from turn to turn. Face is a valuable and a hard-earned resource, obtained through actions or achieving high ranks in the hierarchy. Money. Do I really need to explain this one? Many actions will cost you money, like recruiting new soldiers or bribing influential characters. The game is still, like, too loud. Please, okay, let's go down, like, I don't know, 10% volume? Okay, not mute it. There we go. We'll go 10% here. I'll read all your chats in just a moment. I'm just reading through this. Supporters. They represent not only your followers, but also your clients and your henchmen. Like other resources, they are spent to perform certain actions. Supporters are not so easy to gain. Some actions like organizing strikes, meetings, are a good way to gain supporters. Officers, for example, can handpick supporters among troops at command. That is done from the army management window, something that you will see later. Can I trade resources between characters? You can trade resources between your characters, but that will cost you chi. Just click the green button below to open the resource trading screen. Okay. I won't spend too much time on the screen. You just need to know that it exists and how to access it. One last thing I wanted to show you is characters, is that you can recruit new characters by clicking the silhouette below. No nonsense here. You can have up to 7 new characters. New characters are recruited from your faction's character pool. Recruiting a character is an important decision because the price is heavy, and because you can't discard your selected characters unless they are died or are forced in exile. More characters you already have, the higher the cost to recruit a new one. Hey Anthony, what's up? I love your whole forward playthroughs, and now that you are live, want to ask what mods you use in the Kaiserreich gameplays. For every mod, it should be in the description, unless I haven't updated that in like 2 years, which is very possible. The font is... Oh, what mod is the font? All the mods should be in the description. I might update that later this week to make sure it's actually up to date. I believe it's... whatever the map mod is called. Hi, from Germany. Where are you from? I'm from Ontario, Canada. Oh god, Yushan is in the game, the general that changed sides like 10 times and got buried alive by the Japanese. Okay then. Your main gameplay looks quite simple. Select characters from the bottom bar, perform actions until the character has no more chi points. Select another character to perform his actions. When all characters have been played, press the next turn button, and that's about it. You can perform action by clicking on an army or a district on the map. Clicking on army will display movement arrows that you will just need to click to move the army. Clicking on the eye icon will open a detailed information panel about that army and give you access to many actions. Clicking on a district will open district detailed panel. There's a lot of information about this district, and also you can access the management actions. Okay. Below is an example of an action. It costs indicated. For example, here costs 2 chi points and $15. Hovering over the action, the mouse will display the tooltip for more information about its effects. If you want to go further, there's an in-game wiki. Just consult to learn more. The wiki can be accessed bottom menu, heads on tip panels, and a Discord community. Okay. So we got diplomacy and faction management, warlord diplomacy. What do you need to know about diplomacy in the warlord era? In most strategy games, you can only fight the factions you're at war with. In Rise of White Sun, however, you can fight any faction that is not your ally without warning, as if you were in permanent war with everybody. Of course, the system takes into account that nothing personal cases and the personal hatred cases. You can only guess in which category you are in by interacting with other factions. If that system perturbs you, just remember, you have no friends in this game. Your faction has a relationship score with other factions, the higher the better. But I have to warn you that this score is the least important thing when determining the direction of other factions. Warlords are rather pragmatic and will seek their personal interest and evaluate their balance of power to take their decisions. Remember, nothing personal, kid. To sum up, your diplomatic strength lies in your army size. Anglo military government. We have 25,000 troops. We have 3 districts, 100 rifles, 20 machine guns, no trucks, no trains, no tanks. We have 5 cannons. That's good. We have 250 bucks per turn. We have 41 characters. We have no allies. During the first turns, you should focus on building your economy so you can maintain a larger army later. Okay, good to know. Okay. Tang Shengji in Hunan. Where are you? Okay, how do I... Okay, WASD moves. This military man has graduated from the Bodang Military Academy. He participated in the law-protecting movement. His Buddhist faith is so high that he is known as the Buddhist general. As thou Hangti, then governor of Hunan man, he resented the favors granted to his rival, Yi Qixin, commandant of the 3rd Division. Secret contacts with Kuomintang convinced him that he would receive support, and thus he rebelled against Zhao Hangti. Okay. I don't know where he is. He's here, I believe. Yes. Okay. So if we select an army, we can then move in multiple directions. So these are controlled by, I'm assuming, our opponents, because they're controlled by the Fetian government. I don't know exactly which faction exactly this is. Okay, we're only in Hunan for now. Okay, let's zoom back in. So let's send this army. It looks like 16,000 men. This province is 2 port aspire troops. Click on it to get more details. Supplying troops. Most of the time, your armies live off the country. Another army of coolies carries your supplies. District can support 1,000 strong army for every $5 in agricultural revenue. This area is too poor to sustain your troops at their full potential. To make sure to recruit a lot of coolies for moving there. The coolies. The simple act of moving an army will consume coolies. If the area doesn't produce enough to support your army, it has poor roads, or suffering from calamity, like a flood, a plague, you will consume even more coolies. When there are not enough coolies, you will start losing your men. They desert, become bandits, or just die of starvation. Needless to say, the morale and loyalty of your troops will decrease. An army that's garrison an area without moving will still lose coolies, and the men of the land can't properly support the army. An army along a railway, if it is linked to the provincial capital, is always considered supplied. Make sure your biggest armies are operating along railways. Okay, so you can see the railways here. So we move our way up to Zhujiao. Bandits, very few. Currently control 63,000 troops. But this can only have 2,000. Which I guess makes sense. It's a small, remote village in the mountains of Hunan. Move here. We can move you back. I guess we'll just move you to District Management Panel. I want to move you north. Can't issue orders to this unit. You need to either select this unit's commander, or if the General Lisimil overlord your faction is to give the orders. Before moving this unit, also check that it has enough coolies. 2 to 5 coolies per soldier is a good ratio. It has a good morale. Moving across difficult terrain can lower unit's morale. It has been paid, or your unit may pillage the place before leaving. This unit's commander is Bao Chongxi. So we can't move this way. And who are you? Okay, you're Bao Chongxi. And you're in charge of this army. What do we know about you, my good man? One of the top military leaders of Guangxi, this warlord proved himself a longtime supporter of Sun Yat-sen. Appointed chief of the staff of the National Revolutionary Army, he's now leading the Eastern Route Army of the Northern Expedition against Shanghai. He's a strategist, he's a Guangxi, and he's a southerner, he's an officer, and he makes no money. He's a broke little bitch. Good to know. Your 21,000, very few. But we could... How many, inspect. Army Management Panel. From this screen, you manage your armies and have access to a vast array of orders. The available actions are on the right, classified by topic. Recruit and train, logistic. The main army gameplay loop typically uses just a few of these actions. Pay your troops, or they refuse to obey orders. Recruit coolies to carry the supplies. Move and fight. Reclaim the districts you took from your opponents. Okay, so... 16,000 men, 20,000 coolies, 16,000 rifles, machine guns, and artillery. I mean, they seem fairly well equipped. They got 5 hearts. They love me. Glad to know. There's 3 qualities of troop: green, represented by a green club; hardened, represented by a diamond; and elite, represented by a golden spade. So these are hardened troops. Recruit coolies, train troops, recruit and train. Oh, what's in here? Lead the troops personally. Recruit coolies. Gain more loyalty. What is our loyalty at? Loyalty is... I'm guessing morale maybe is loyalty as well. Carve our domain, plunder. Take the salute. Spectre troops, keep them in line. May increase their loyalty. Handpick trusted men. I want to move this army north. Hey, there we go. I moved them. Look at us go. Also, order and security is important. Otherwise, cities can and will rebel if loyalty is low. Battle. Okay, so there's a battle report here. Influence of the peasants is 10. Influence of the workers is 20. The gentry, the merchants, and the students. I'm assuming this is out of 50. Or out of 100, I should say. 80% tradition. 85% vitality. So I'm assuming this is... Yeah, they're less revolutionary here. Because there are a bunch of, like, peasants in the middle of the mountains. They don't really give a shit about Republican ideals. We will make sure they do in due time. District revenue is $145. Trade taxes, opium trade, mines, industry. Tax collector right now is Tang Shengji. And let's see if we can try to make them like us more. Organize merchant corps, ban police forces, buy trucks, mobilize militia. No, I want them education society. Probably, I'm going to say they're not going to like if I destroy Buddhist temples. Will slightly increase influence over all classes. Will slightly lower the risk of revolts. This costs $10 and 1 chi. And currently there's 3 chi and $50. You know what? Let's build a telephone wire here. The phone and telegraph will enable us to communicate easily with local magistrates and officials. For better control of this province, of course. Wiretapping is still an option. Fast communications will also help prevent revolts and respond quickly to bandit threats. By sending troops to the right location in time. Well, at least if the officials are not deterred by the cost of call. 10% when 100% complete. Police and militias will be more efficient in lowering bandit threats, lowering the risk of revolt, increasing trade income. We have a call. Thank you, Bai Chongqi. Actually, what's this say? One of the top military... Okay, I think we actually already read this one for him. You have a call. Excellent. Now, from what I've seen, or what I believe I know, is that there are some countries that do have like a lot of events, a lot of flavor for all the people that are in it, which is great for me. If you ever seen any of my Kaiserreich games, you know I love the lore. Okay, 10% right now for you. Hopefully they'll be a little bit happier with us in the future. And that'll be the 4th division here, currently led by Tang Shengxi. We'll keep you stationed here for now. Let's read this battle report. Click on the report on the left to display detailed action. We moved into here. The order has been issued and the army boarded trains to its destination. We lost 178 coolies. We lost 8 troops. The local population is avoiding your troops at all costs, and most of the district officials have fled or have gone into hiding. It seems that you are not welcome here. You'll need to spend Shi on actions to reclaim this district. Okay. Order and security. Wait, no, I need to select the army. You do not have enough money. No, I don't have enough energy because I built those fucking telephone wires. God damn it. Costs $810 to pay you. But I don't think 40 is not necessarily the same, right? Train troops, recruit coolies. I don't think the coolies are important right now because I mean it said it was what, a 2-to-1 ratio? Or it needs more coolies than troops is what I think it said. Take the salute, handpick trusted men. So what does this cost? It just cost us energy. Fearing to be enrolled by force, the peasants seem to be magically disappear as soon as our troops are reported near their homes. Coolies recruited 5,277. You recruit more coolies. Your faction relation with the local peasantry will decline sharply. No, I think we're good with that. Excellent. So we have 1 more energy, and that's not... Again, okay, so it's not shared. Again, it's not shared between people here. Is there anything else we can do? Mobilize the militia. We don't control this district. Reform the police. Produces 1 rifle per turn for an upkeep of $1, which is absolutely ridiculous, but it's a first step towards a modern arsenal. Create new army, smuggle rifles. Crack down on radical activists, buy trucks. What do you cost? I don't know if I can click that quite yet. Foreign relations. Dealing with foreign powers. In the 19th and 20th century, China's been forced by military defeat against foreign imperialist powers to cede land, pay reparations, open treaty ports, give up tariff autonomy, legalize opium import, and grant extraterritorial privileges to foreign citizens. Needless to say, the Chinese population grew resentful of the situation. In the game, the foreign powers are taking advantage of China's internal divisions and are the weak central government to push their advantage. What to know about dealing with foreign powers? 1. They're in competition. So you can't be friends with all foreigners. At some point, you'll have to choose a side. As your relationship increases, you unlock new actions to borrow money and rifles. If your relationship is high enough, you may even buy artillery. Chinese patriots won't forgive you for being too friendly towards the colonial empires. You may even earn the infamous title of running dog of foreign imperialism and lose face each turn for that. You need to control a major port for a smuggling hub to deal with weapons with the foreigners. Understandable. Okay. I wonder, do you think that plays the same everywhere? That you need a port? I understand that we would need a port to trade with like the French, the British, the Japanese, or the Americans. But if you, let's say, control Manchuria, can you just trade with the Soviets directly? I wonder if that's the case here. Anyways, give exploitation rights. We're not going to do that quite now. Okay, so we've already read this battle report. Is there anything else we can have you do right now with 1 point? I mean, we can maybe train more troops. I mean, we have 100 face. Oh, that's handpick trusted men. How many supporters do we have? I don't know quite yet. We could recruit even more coolies. I mean, might as well. If we have to spend the if the chi doesn't carry turn to turn, we might as well spend it on this, right? I think so. Also, I did see a message pop up on the screen, but it didn't actually pop up in my chat log. So let me see if I can actually pull up the chat somewhere else. Or maybe it's just like really delayed. I'm not too sure. Because it doesn't actually show up here at all. Anyway, so I think you're good for now. We do see that there is an army in Changsha. They got communist activity. So do we know what faction they are? They might not be listed in here yet, which is fine. Who's who? Zhao Hengti. He is part of the Pink faction. He started at the Tokyo... how dare he? He studied at the Tokyo Shinbu Gaku military school in Japan. Then the Japanese Imperial Army Academy. While still in Japan, he joined Sun Yat-sen's Tomenkyo. He fought in Hunan as a revolutionary during the 1911 revolution and was later jailed under Yun Shikai for having supported Sun Yat-sen's coup attempt. Now he is the governor of Hunan, and after having ousted Tan Yankai from the province, he's under protection of Wu Paifu, the powerful northern warlord. Okay, well, we've already attacked this territory. And what can I do with you, my good man? 21,000, very few. And yes, we control these southern cities. There's some bandits here. Not a ton, just some. And we can move our way up north. Well, how much... Okay, don't click you for a second. How much money do you have? You generate a profit of $50. You generate a profit of $123. So I much prefer to move in this direction. Right? Like, that makes sense to me, I would say. So let's move in this direction. I don't know if we'll go to the city quite... Oh, okay, never mind. Battle reports. We've lost 4 troops. Okay. We've lost 2,100, I guess because there's bad supply. Voting our troops. Do I have enough chi? Because we needed 3 to pacify. Do I have the chi necessary to reclaim district? Gather the community leaders and local civil servants and tell them that you are their new boss. The area will be under your control. Yes, reclaim the district, please. Community leaders and local civil servants have been gathered, at least those who did not flee, and put back to work under your supervision. Your men start to immediately escort the tax collectors. Hey, your protection has a cost. Areas not under your control. Your local ties help put the administration back to its feet in no time. Influence of all classes +2. So yes, we now control this city. Can I mobilize some militia, smuggle rifles for 100? Okay, so creating a brand new army is expensive. We don't have enough supporters to generate any new characters. Hopefully that is not going to be a problem for us. Oh, actually, it kind of shows here the map here. Yes, we own the bottom 4 cities. Pink owns the top, and then the rebels kind of own everything in the west. And I think that's good. I don't think there's anything else we can do right now. So let's go next week. To win this tutorial scenario, you need to own Changsha. Depending upon your relationship with the peoples of the district, you may not automatically get control over it, and when you conquer it. So we need Changsha, which is here. So we need to take base to the capital of Hunan. Well, I would need you guys right now to reclaim this district. Area is now under your occupation. Fantastic. But there is an army here. But I think... Oh, you guys are pissed. Local defense forces felt confident enough to mobilize to oust an enemy raiding party. Hey, look at us go. So let's see, we're at 125, and this is for... How many... So you have 1 energy right now? No, you have 4 energy. Did you, put down the rebellion here? Yes, we did. Okay, good. Thing is, do we have any idea? There's activist suppression here. Authorities track down radical activist. Do we know some foreign powers of interest? The Japanese have interest here. Do we know how big this army is? 5 to 20,000, 1 to 100,000 coolies, 5 to 20,000 rifles. Might have no artillery, might have no machine guns, which I'm assuming is pretty important. Cannot bribe you because we don't have any characters that are good at that. See, 5 to 20,000. We might outnumber them, right? We have 15. Does this mean they have low supplies? Not of coolies. Recruit coolies. Okay, so yeah. We know that they don't really have the ability to support these troops right now. So we could maybe go and push into it right now to complete the tutorial. Let's try it. Changsha Hunan, 7th Army versus the 3rd Hunan Division. The real attack began after a long and deadly shelling that spread panic into the defenders' ranks. The defenders' artillery takes a deadly toll on the progressing assaulting columns. The attackers led an inspiring charge against the outgunned defenders. After hours of ferocious fighting, a deadly silence fell on the battleground. And then the infernal chorus of moans from the condemned wounded grow until it becomes unbearable. Surrounded by all sides by the enemy, the defenders could not find a way to retreat. The attacker mastered the field while his enemy broke into a complete rout. The attacker captured some weapons, 12,000 rifles, 4 machine guns, 4 artilleries. For this victory, we have gained 10 face. And let's look at those battle reports. Yes, this is us moving into the city. The battle. We lost 1.4 thousand, and they lost 6,000 troops. And they've lost some morale as well. So can we, if we do reclaim district... Hey, achievement unlocked. And that means that we have completed the tutorial. Hey, 15 points. We've done it. Let's go back to the main menu. So that was the tutorial there.